Use your gizzard, boy. Fly inside.
This is indeed a disturbing universe.
Hello, greetings, and welcome.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve, the big floating head on your screen. Okay, so for this video, I am responding to a thread that I saw that I thought was kind of amusing. Show 5 records that will never be reissued by MOFI. And before I get into it, I just to clarify for those who missed the meeting, MOFI is an abbreviation for Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs, and they are a label that has for decades been putting out very special, very fancy, high quality vinyl and mastering reissues of classic records. The way you can tell a MOFI or Mobile Fidelity record is if it says original master recording across the top. And there's been a little bit of a controversy because turns out that lately there's been a digital step in their process, so it's not pure analog. So I feel vindicated for buying cheap CDs when I see them. Anyway, this is the Atom Heart Mother MOFI. It came out sometime in the 90s. Yeah, it sounds good. I kind of regret getting rid of my old copy when I got this because it was sentimental, but still, don't have a cow, man. Okay, so here we go. 5 records that will never be reissued by Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. Number 1, King Crimson Earthbound. The worst sounding live album ever recorded, but it has its charm. It was recorded off the board onto a cassette, and the meters are going all the way up to the red, and it is just a distorted mess all the way through. But in its own way, it was kind of an inspiration to bands such as High Rise and Acid Mother's Temple. And it's the Islands lineup of the band doing, say, like 21st Century Schizoid Man and some improvised stuff. But there's no way to improve on the abysmal sound quality of this record, so that's never going to be reissued. The next one, Chevrolet Sings of Safe Driving and You. This came out sometime in the 60s, and it's kind of folk rock songs about driving carefully that Chevrolet, with the help of Columbia Special Products, released. And you can see there's only like, what, 8 songs on it? It's like an EP more like. But you know, even if they did reissue this, who would buy it, you know, that didn't already have it, you know? Alright, the next one that will never be reissued by Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, Dirty Rotten LP. And originally this was a 7-inch, and originally it was a hardcore punk band's attempt to put an unprecedented 22 songs on one 7-inch. But later on they put it out as a 12-inch, and it's, again, just a crazy, loud, distorted mess that, you know, cleaning up the sound of this would would be blasphemy, because that's not really the point of this record. And besides, capitalists suck, capitalists suck, capitalists suck! Alright, another one that'll never be reissued by MOFI. The great John Truby and the Ugly Janitors of America debut album, The Communists Are Coming to Kill Us. And from what I heard, he brought just like a bag full of cassettes to select tracks off of. So I don't see the MOFI guys like going through this bag of cassettes and trying to recreate this. And besides, dumping buckets of phlegm on bitchy old ladies, not the most politically correct song title. But yeah, do check this out. This is a pretty bonkers record. And last but not least, Lou Reed's Metal Machine music. And people are baffled by this record to this day, because this was Lou Reed made a double album of straight up experimental noise and feedback in 1975, before that was really a thing to do that. But again, John Cale was doing noisy music before he was in the Velvets with Lamont Young and some of those other avant-garde cats. So this record is late to the party and also way ahead of its time at the same time. And there was a fancy CD reissue of this in the 2000s, which I have. And 8-track, which I don't have. Alright, this is the fancy CD of Lou Reed Metal Machine music. It's got some nice holographic background here. My only complaint is there's actually a little bit of silence in between each of the 4 tracks. They should have melded them together so it was just endless noise for an hour. So yeah, that's my 5 records that will never come out on Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs. See the light reflecting on Lou? He's illuminated.
Oh no, you can't leave yet. You gotta have a nice cup of tea with me.
Alright, so Haight Street again. Look both ways before you cross the street. I am gonna check out the Good Swill. See if they got anything. Nothing. That was a waste of time.
Good evening, Bob.
This morning, my church proctor provoked some rather immaculate speculations regarding the conducive aspects of the Revelation through the course of the Scripture, and then its misconceptions of inordinate dysfunctionalism. I don't know if you heard of that, but I was figuring that clearly some unexpected kind of adjustment discounts for the Jesus shift. And so I ask, Glenn, what comfort brings the dysfunction despite the Concord norms?
Could you rephrase?
Yeah, we're at the Roger Dean art exhibit on Haight Street. This is amazing stuff. Oh, hey, look, there's your layer. Yeah. Haight Street Art Center is a Roger Dean art exhibit. It's running through October, so if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, do check it out. This is my copy of Yes, relayer. It's a promotional copy that was sent to radio stations. Besides the white label, the tracks are edited for airplay. So there's like 3 excerpts from Gates of Delirium on side 1. The sound chaser broken up into 2 parts. So yeah, that's kind of an unusual piece there. Of course, if I want the complete album, I do have a fancy CD of Relayer. This is a book, it came out sometime in the 70s. It's called The Album Cover Album. The Book of Record Jackets. It's edited by Hypnosis and Roger Dean, who were the gods of album covers. And it's like the history of album cover art, selected by them. And this was very, very formative book in my development of nerdiness.
This ship goes where I want it to go.
Security, take them both to the brig.
Freeze.
I've been watching these guys react to Star Trek. I'll put a link. They're called Target Audience. I'll put a link to them below. But the way this ties into my whole physical media thing is that they pretty much said that the only thing they could find on streaming were the remastered episodes where they changed some stuff, like basically just made the shots of the Enterprise in space fancier. I mean, they didn't really mess with them too much. But if you want to see the OG unfucked up Star Trek TOS episodes, these DVDs with the orange cover, there's like 40 of them, like 2 episodes per disc, so like, you know, you get all 80 episodes. And they're in the order that they were made, not in the order that they were broadcast. The City of the Edge of Forever. So yeah, if you want to see the real deal Star Trek, grab these DVDs if you find them. Alright, well, here's me and Nate playing guitars on the sidewalk.
Why do you need new bands?
Yes, I'm back at Amoeba here. Grand Funk Survival. Maybe this is in better shape than my copy. Dope kills. Public service announcement.
Yeah.
911 is not a working number for your area. For emergencies, hang up a moment and dial your operator.
That's it, I'm getting out of here.